At a mining station, Americans mine in the sea utilizing a vibranium finder that was made by a MIT understudy, Riri Williams. They utilize this to find vibranium in the sea. Out of nowhere they go under assault by Talaconals who don't need them taking their vibranium. The final helicopter of survivors is struck somewhere around Namor. In Wakanda, Ramonda and Shuri go to the water and grieve the year since T'Challa's passing. They consume their memorial service pieces of clothing to imply the finish of the grieving time frame. Regardless of Shuri not being totally prepared for this, Namor then shows up, getting past the line by going under the water. He uncovers to them the presence of Talokan and believes that their assistance should prevent outsiders from taking vibranium. He likewise makes sense of that Wakanda isn't the main spot that has vibranium, Talokan has it as well. Ramonda reprimands him, stressed of his presence. He lets them know he will kill the researcher who created the machine and that they can help him, however they can't hinder him. In 1571, the Yucatan public became sick to the plague. One man tracked down a plant and alongside others, drank it. The substance turned individuals blue and made them unequipped for taking in air. They immediately moved to the sea and made a development in the profound water. Talokan, one of the ones who ingested the plant, had a child named Kukulkan. The child grew up to become leader of Talokan. At the point when Fen passed on, she requested to be covered on the land. Kukulkan drove a few watchmen up to the land where he saw a progress. They went after the development to account for his mom's internment. One of the townspeople referred to him as Namor, signifying the kid without adoration. Shuri and Okoye go to meet Everett Ross, who gives them the name and area of the youthful researcher. In spite of conceivably offering private data, Okoye and Shuri then go to Cambridge, Massachusetts to track down Williams. They follow her to her carport where she uncovers that she is dealing with an Iron Man-type protection. Be that as it may, they are trailed by the FBI. The three move away, Okoye in a vehicle, Shuri in a bike, and Williams in her shield. Abruptly, they are met by Talaconals, Atuma and Namora. A concise encounter closes in Shuri and Williams getting caught. Shuri works in her lab, making a good attempt to make a fake heart-molded spice to use for her sibling and Wakanda's the best, T'Challa, who is passing on from a sickness. Ramonda gradually strolls into the lab, reporting the ruler's passing. After a year, Wakanda is experiencing difficulty with different countries needing their vibranium. The Dora Milaje find French military men attempting to take from their station. Afterward, Ramonda converses with the unified countries and uncovers the French's endeavor to take. She reminds the nations that despite the fact that the Dark Jaguar is gone, they will in any case battle.
Ross shows up at the scene the following day and meets with his ex, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. He likewise tracks down Kimoyo globules and conceals them. In Wakanda, a rankled sovereign Ramonda condemns Okoye for losing Shuri, which is exacerbated by past occurrences, for example, when she apparently agreed with Killmonger when he usurped the high position, and flames her from her situation as Broad. Shuri and Williams awaken in Talokan. Namor shows Shuri the progress, attempting to persuade her regarding his beliefs, in any event, giving her his mom's wristband. In any case, she differs in killing Williams. In the interim, Ramonda goes to Haiti to see Nakia, who had left Wakanda 6 years earlier. She requests that Nakia track down Shuri for her. Nakia does a few spying and sorts out the area. She then, at that point, breaks Williams and Shuri out as Ramonda converses with Namor about his arrangement. They return to Wakanda, however, just for additional torture as Namor and his kin attack. They flood the city, causing a full-scale war. Namor deals with all of the Wakandan vehicles prior to flooding the royal chamber holding Ramonda and Williams. Williams begins suffocating, so Ramonda swims to save her. She can get Williams to somewhere safe and secure, however, just to suffocate all the while. Shuri grieves her mom's passing as Namor tells her she is sovereign at this point. He and his kin then, at that point, leave the country. In the interim, Allegra de Fontaine figures out that Ross has been speaking with Wakanda this entire time and has him captured. M'Baku converses with Shuri after the memorial service and gives her ethical judgment that she shouldn't kill Namor. He then tells her he will give lodging to the dislodged Wakandans following the assault. Shuri then utilizes Namor's mom's armband to make the fake hard-molded spice, which at long last works. She goes to the astral plane in the wake of taking it and is welcomed by Eric Killmonger, who claims they are something similar. They contend a peace before Shuri claims she will kill Namor out of vengeance. Shuri awakens and makes herself a suit. She then drops into a gathering among M'Baku and the older folks as the Dark Puma. In planning of the fight, Shuri and Williams understand that they could debilitate Namor by warming his body up to where it can't get oxygen. They then, at that point, make a second Ironheart protection. Shuri gives Okoye new protection, acting similar as Iron Man's also, called the 12 p.m. Heavenly Messengers. Okoye initiates Annika to be separated of her two-lady group. In the sea, they utilize a vessel to draw the Talaconals into a snare. The fight starts as Namor appears to acquire the upper hand. Notwithstanding, Dark Puma traps him in an Imperial Claw contender as they remove off from the fight. In the meantime, the Dora Milaje battle the Talaconals on the vessel while the Jabari clan, Nakia, and the others fight the ones on top. Ironheart and the 12 p.m. Holy Messengers deal with the airborne Talaconals. Namor has appreciation for the Dark Jaguar and joins her as they return to the battle scene and advise everybody to quit battling. Once more Dark Jaguar then, at that point, shouts, "Wakanda for eternity," as the rest rehash it back. In the fallout, Williams gets back to MIT without her shield as the Wakandans need no contention with letting her keep it. Shuri leaves for Haiti as opposed to trying for the high position, which eventually is tested by M'Baku. Afterward, Namor paints in his room as Atuma welcomes him. Namor guarantees her that their new coalition with Wakanda will be gainful. En route to jail, Okoye breaks Ross out of care. In Haiti, Shuri meets with Nakia prior to leaving for the ocean side where she consumes her burial service stately robe in understanding to Ramonda's desires, permitting her to lament T'Challa at last. In a mid-credits scene, Shuri discovers that Nakia and T'Challa have a child, Toussaint, who Nakia has been bringing up stealthily distant from the strain of the high position. Toussaint uncovers his Wakandan name as T'Challa.